This is an online ordering system developed using Visual Basic. So let me just show you guys how it works, and let's say that guy's name is York Day, and the telephone number of Mr. Day is right there, and here the reference number is automatically generated, and let's just say we have 6 bottles of each, and the price of this maybe £6 plus, and that is it. So all we just need to do now is to click on total. If you look at that, the system automatically generates the reference number, date, time, and the subtotal right there. If we add this together, that gives us the total. So which means we can always just say 36 multiplied by 3, and that gives us £108. Okay, if you add the tax into it, and that's what you end up with. So you can always check your or validate the amount you're paying there. Supposing you're not paying in pound sterling and you would like to convert your money, let's say maybe Nigerian naira, you can just enter 160.90 there and just convert it to Nigerian naira. That will give you approximately 38,445 plus. Okay, let's say maybe US dollar, and that is it there. Let's go for maybe Kenyan shillings there, Canadian there, and let's have a look at Brazilian. That is it. Let's go for Philippines, India. Let's check out, oh, that's Indonesia. Okay, that's fine. So that is how the converter works. So what I would do right now is maybe let's go back to, let's have a look at the order. That's the order right there. So we can always save. Once you save, and that's it, you get all of the informations right in there. Now we can also click on this very button to take us back to the calculator tab or the receipt. So in the case of the receipt, all we need to do is to click on add to the basket, and that is it. York Day, we can see Mr. York Day, telephone number, details of the order, and so on right in there. It's a very nice tutorial for any of you guys out there who would like to learn how to program. Okay, so what I will do next is take you guys straight into Visual Basic development environment, and we put something like this together. So let's go into Visual Basic right now. Okay, we're going to start a new project now. Just click on the new and select Windows Forms application, and the next thing we need to do is just let's extend the size of this form. Let's make that 1300 by, let's go for 690. I think this one should be 1360. Okay, that's fine. So the next thing I will do now is change the back color to black there. So now let's get the following. We need our tools right there, and let's get group box. 4 of those is required. Need 4 group box. I'm going to change the color of that group box to control. That's the color. So just copy this and repeat exactly the same thing. I'm going to move this up a little bit, that's about right, and copy this here, there, and I also need a copy of this. Move it right here. Let's close all of these, and let's move this here. Bring this down a little bit, stab it down, take it down, and take this down as well. It's alright, and maybe move this down a little bit more. Okay, take this up. Yeah, let's get the space right. Alright, that's looking good. So the next thing I'll do now is get let me get the tab there right here, and I'm gonna need 3 of those. So let's position it the way we want. Get a tab right here, take it down, add one more tab, click on this and just add one more tab. That makes it 3. And here let's just fill up this side of it. Okay, right. Alright, now what I need to do now is to let's name those tabs. Okay, just click on that, come right down here, you see where it says tab page. Click on the tab page and give each individual a name. This one is going to be known as calculator. Then number 2, second one, I'm going to call that receipt, and the last one that will be known as order. There, click on OK. Those are the names changed. Alright, for the calculator, we're gonna have to put in calculator there, the order, that's something else, and this very one, the receipt, I'm gonna need a text box there. Let's get a text box there. Text box, drag it along about that. Okay, drop this down, and that's it, multi-line. Okay, now for the calculator, I now need the calculator in place. So maybe change the background. Let's see, let's change the background. Let's change the background of that to something a little bit dark. Let's go for that. Okay, that's for the calculator. The receipts, yeah, let's change that as well. Let's see the background of the calculator, that was gray. Alright, for the receipt, that will be gray as well. Let's change that to gray, and the last one, change that to gray too. Click on OK. So that's fine. So for the calculator now, I need a text box, or maybe a label. I'll go for a label. Entire label there, and change the properties as follows. The property of that very label, change the back color to white, then auto size, change that to force, and the border style, let's change that to fixed single. Alright, maybe something else about this size. Yeah, that's alright. And I then need as follows, enter 0 right there, then align it right, yeah, right center, and let's increase the font size. Let's increase that to about 16. Okay, that's for the display, and the name is going to be, let's go for LBL display there. Okay, now we now need the following buttons. We're gonna need 16 of those, so let's finish. Let me customize this button first before I start. So the first thing I need to do to this button is change the font size to about 16 as well. That's fine, and let's delete that. Enter maybe number 7 there. Just copy it across. So what I'll do is just speed it up and get back to you guys. Okay guys, this is how the calculator is looking right now, and I also need a converter right here, so let's just paste that one in here. So that's my converter in place. Okay, that's a currency converter there. Okay, so the other thing we need is I've given them all a name, so that's fine. Yeah, they all have a name. Okay, so the other thing is there's going to be a button right here, and let's move this down a little bit. Okay, move it down a bit. Yeah, there, about that. And we need let's get a menu there, menu strip. Yeah, that's fine. There, you can see the menu strip there. Okay, the first content in there will be file, and right underneath there, let me just call that currency. Alright, so I will then get a button that will cover this up. Alright, so that's to open up the currency converter, and underneath this will open it up, the other one will close it. So I can always say close converter, and here that will be all. This will open converter, so let's change this one to open converter. Alright, let's come to the text value content here, open converter, there. Okay, that's how this is going to look like. Maybe I should even call it open currency converter, really. And let's just go for it there, and maybe let's see how that will look. Okay, open currency converter and close currency converter. So let's do that. We are settled for that. Or the second one, let's change the second one to close currency converter. Alright, okay, that's fine. So I'm just going to leave it like that. That's alright. So the next thing I'll do now is maybe get a big button, just add one button there that'll cover this up, so that we actually open and close. So we give that a name. We can call it BTN CC, which stands for currency converter, and just change the text number, change the text value to something a little bit readable. Let's go for maybe 20. Yeah, 24, that's fine. Okay, in there we can always change that to currency converter. Okay, now with the currency converter button in place, all I just need to do is go into the file here, double click on open, and we can just say bncc.visible equals true. Okay, that we open it up. We also need to be able to close it. So let's come in here and double click on this, make that false there. Okay, we can also click on that same button, this one right here, double click on it, then we can open it that way. So if I run the program now, I can click, I should be able to, okay, that's closed. I can open it up. Okay, that's open. Oh, that's wrong. Need to change it. Okay, then let's change it to wrong. This should be false. This is false, and this is true, and this is false. Okay, so if I click, that's it, and I can also get it back there. Alright, it's working as expected. Okay, so the other thing that is left for us to do is to enter lines of codes in here to make this work. I think the best idea for this calculator will be to actually use I think I'm going to use events, one event for all. So let's click on 7, click on this event right here, and right here enter a name for it, button underscore click. There, that's the name for this button. I might as well just copy that name, okay, and select all the other buttons. Just select them all, and they will all be known as button underscore click right there. Okay, so if I click on just one single button, click on button 5, it should take me straight into button underscore click, because they all bear the same name. That's it, button 5. Let's see what happened to button 5. Button 5 should be button underscore click 8 6. Okay, that's fine, they all bear the same name now. Alright, okay, that's much better. Okay, the next thing I'll do is double click on, let me just double click on the form, then declare the following variable right here. Let's say dim ops as, that should be string, as string. Alright, that's fine. Then declare first number as double, second number as double. So I'm actually declaring the variables that I will use for my calculator. Then the next one, let me enter none there. The next variable will be answer. Okay, declare that as double as well. Okay, there. So what I will then do is, right here I have my events. This event covers all of the buttons. So if I enter these lines of code there, this is okay. So what will happen is this is the code for button 1, 2, 9 and 0. So what I've done in here is declare B as a button. Okay, if display dot text equals 0, then whatever is on the button itself is this. Okay, is b dot text. Else the content becomes, when we click on it once, it will show it once. Else if I keep clicking, it will continue showing it. That's what's happening. It's exactly the same. Let's say if I come into, let me copy this. If I come in here and let's say I double click on, let's say the plus sign right there, paste this one right here, and I say that becomes 9, and every time I keep clicking, the plus sign becomes 9. That's what I've just done in there. So if I run the program, anytime I click on plus sign, can you guys see that? Okay, so that's what I've just done in here. So I'm going to delete all of this. I don't need it. Delete. Okay, you see this one is for any of the buttons. Okay, that makes life easy for you. So if you click on 7, 8, you see that? Okay, it's referring to the text value on each button. Okay, so now let's take care of the arithmetic operator, clear, and the backspace, including decimal place and equals. So let's take care of those now. Okay, with the arithmetic operators, I will group all of them together. Go to my properties, select events. You see where I have click event, I will then give it a name. That's the name right there, arithmetic function. Okay, you can even call it arithmetic operator, whatever you like. Alright, that's the name for all of those buttons. So let's press enter, and that is it. Okay, so the next thing is just to enter the codes that is required for the arithmetic operators. Alright, so with that, I'll just call it the end of this first tutorial.